What's up, YouTube? Welcome in for some more Gold Stake Balatro. In this video, an early Fibonacci unknowingly becomes the key to success for our entire build, and over the course of the run, Wheel of Fortune is kind enough to bestow upon us an entire lineup of Polychrome Jokers. As always, if you like what you see here, subscribe for daily Balatro content. It helps support the channel and gets me closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the video. Anyway, just to cycle some more cards without using our discard. Let's look for the Heart's Flush still. We don't find it. That's really sad. Is this really about to take me 4 hands to get through? Okay, just barely did it in 3. Maybe not the best start to a run, but we get an extra $1 because of blue deck, so that's okay. Sun is really bad. Buffoon Pack is better than Celestial Pack. Let's rip it. Early Fib is very nice. I find Mega Buffoon Pack to be one of the most frequent skip tags I take because I keep taking silly boys and screw myself over with no shmoney, but like, don't do that. Mega Buffoon Tag is pretty good, I would say round 4. If you just have like a bunch of perishables, or maybe you just don't find anything in your early shops and you're taking like planet cards to survive. I think round 4 Mega Buffoon Tag, like right here in ante 2, this small blind skip in ante 2. Mega Buffoon Tag right there is actually pretty good. Love your answers to all my questions. Well, it depends. I mean, yeah, that's why I feel bad answering questions, because like, that is the answer to pretty much every question. Pretty much every question that you'll ask me about Balatro is going to be some form of, well, it depends. Depends on the scenario. You've been really helpful. I appreciate you. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you. We could take Perishable Astronomer for some planet cards. That's maybe not that great. We could take Paintbrush. I think Paintbrush is a very solid voucher, but maybe we don't take it. Maybe we don't get rid of all of our money to take it, is what I meant to say. Excuse me. I don't know. Paintbrush is very powerful, though, and we're already scoring pretty high with Fib. So if we can find like a good straight for Fib, we probably just always get $4 at the end of a blind. I think I like Certificate better here, though. I think Certificate is extremely slept on in the majority of runs. I think the worst tag that you get from Certificate is a Red Seal, but even a Red Seal you can put enhancement on, and then you're never really sad to see it, right? It's a pretty good straight that we could take here. Emperor. We do get the straight. Let's put gold on you. Let's maybe take the Priestess. I think with the +8 mult from Fib, we definitely don't need Saturn here. But maybe we pop the Saturn for Fib anyway, because Fib ace through 5 is like a pretty damn good hand. That's literally just a +32 mult if we can play ace through 5. If you ask anything about Black or Celestial Pack, you can get a pretty straightforward answer. Are you talking about the decks? Not Celestial Pack, I'm geeked. I meant Nebula deck. We could take a Standard Pack. Maybe we don't care about anything in the Standard Packs because we have a Certificate that's just generating value. We could take a Planet Pack. We're blocking with Saturn and Mars, so we have, I think, pretty much the only thing that we care about pre-deck fixing for Fib would be either like Flush or Full House. Pre-deck fixing, maybe 4 of a kind, like Aces or something like that, is far too difficult to come across, even though it would be pretty comp. I think I'm cool with just skipping, honestly, just to get my money up. Take an Orbital Tag for upgrading Flush. The issue with that is I hate Flush runs, so probably not doing that if I'm being completely honest. Another Purple Seal. We do have a full house that would score us out, but we also have a straight that is relatively good. Maybe we do this and we still look for the full house. I'm going to sell Mars for a tarot card. Perfect. I don't think we really care about strengthening anything right now, but we could definitely strength some stuff for Fib and maybe do like a 4 of a kind type run. Sock is cool, but we don't really have much that works with it right now. And also, I probably want to keep Fib for as long as I can, particularly because it doesn't have a gold seal. So maybe we don't take Sock because it probably doesn't re-trigger anything that we care about when we're playing Fib. We could take a Celestial pack, but we very obviously have not needed to at this given point in time. We could take a standard pack, but again, the certificate probably doesn't want us to be doing that. And Gluttonous Joker is kind of just a worst, a worse Fib. Let's maybe just go next again. Flush runs always get me into trouble late game. Yeah, Flush is just a really bad scaling hand. IMO. I'm feeling a Baron run right around the corner. Welcome in the Baron. Famous Balatro Joker that makes their way into my Twitch chat. All right, I guess we're playing 8s. That's a pretty good strength if you ask me. Let's maybe sell the Saturn so that I can get some more tarot cards. What would we think about a Joker that re-triggered discard effects? That, I feel like it would be pretty weak, honestly. It's a cool idea. Holy hell, Polychrome Fib. That kind of makes me horny, I'm not gonna lie. It's a cool effect, but I don't think it's like, I don't know. I don't think there's enough that you would care about that re-triggering. Because literally the only thing that I could think about that would matter for off the top of my head is Malin and Purple Seals. Which, like, those are both incredibly good things to be re-triggering, but that's also, like, what? 2 effects out of so many in the game. Burnt Joker would be another good one, but, like, synergies with just a couple Jokers is pretty bad, right? Well, I don't know. I guess Mime, in theory, you only really use it for, like, gold cards and stuff like that. I could see it working. I think it would have to be uncommon, though, like Mime. Common makes it too broken, and rare makes it not unusable, but underwhelming. Bang. 13 Smackaroonies. I'm immediately picking up this Hermie for more money. I know it'd be weak, but low-key I think it would be hilarious to double Ramen discards. Oh, that would be terrible. Let's maybe take this voucher. We probably don't care about it, but maybe just to get it out of the pool, we take it anyway. Gonna ignore the standard pack for all the reasons that I've been listing. Probably Venus is the best thing in this pack. Straight, of course, scales better, but I think with Fib, and especially with us strengthening some extra 8s, maybe 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind is more the line that we're working towards. Pareidolia does not matter whatsoever. Maybe we take Ice Cream even though it's a rental, just to supplement our score. Okay, Red Seal Queen. Probably don't care much about that. I've hit a Purple Seal every single card except for this one. That's crazy. Let's go for this. Need one more 8. Kind of unfortunate. Does this win? Maybe with Ice Cream this wins? Nice. Oh, it absolutely wins. Okay. Hey! Speak of the devil, we definitely... Baron, I'm so sorry. We have the Baron in our chat right now. I can't take this. This is very not good for what we're trying to do. This is very not good for what we're trying to do. So I definitely am not taking that, but W cameo. We could take the Hermit. We could... I'm selling the Lovers. I don't think that matters at all. Actually, we could, like, maybe flush 5. It's probably not happening, but, like, there's a chance, so I'll do it. We could make another wild card. What's our boss as well? The House. I hate the House. We could take Hermit for $20. That's probably the most value that we're going to get out of this pack. So let's take that. Let's take the Celestial pack. 4 of a kind, huge. Maybe Riffraff is not that... I was going to say not that bad. I meant to say not that good. Maybe Eternal Gold Joker is not that good. Rental Matador, that doesn't trigger. Let's just go next. Meteor Tag and Charm Tag. I don't believe we care about either of those. Let's discard down for 8 since we already have the 2 aces. Hungman. Let's do this. Since Fib does not care about either of these and we're not really playing into 5s, and strengthening a 6 into an 8 is kind of a tall order. Let's maybe play the Gold Seal Queen since it's money positive. And then let's play the Full House with Fib. Let's maybe discard these 3 just in case we get a gold card. Huge. Chip it. I take Hermit over almost everything. The money usually overrides any benefit I would get. That's kind of the idea with Hermit, right? It's just the money that you get from it is really good. We could take a Banner, but with the game plan that we're going with, it's pretty bad, I would say. Could take a Mega Celestial, but that's kind of a lot of money for maybe not a guarantee that we find what we're looking for. It's looking like Full House / 3 of a kind more than 4 of a kind for right now, just because our deck is so large because of the certificate. Maybe now that we have a gold seal and 3 purple seals, let's get rid of the certificate. I would kind of like a blue seal, but I think the certificate is going to end up doing more harm than good for us, especially if it makes like another red seal or something. Because if we want to start pivoting into like Full House / 4 of a kind for Fib, we want our deck to be relatively fixed, right? So let's take Tarot Merchant so that we can make deck fixing a bit easier. Let's take the standard pack in case there is a blue seal. Gold seal, gold card. I know I just said we wanted to fix our deck, but that's pretty tough for me to pass up on if I'm keeping it a stack. Photograph doesn't really do anything for us, but we can take Hierophant and not worry about losing interest. This is a pretty bad hand. Let's maybe play this because it's money positive and it cycles a bunch of cards. We lose some chips on Ice Cream, but we shouldn't need all of the chips on Ice Cream anyway. Let's run it back with another gold seal. Let's use our last discard. Looking for an ace and an 8. We found an 8. We did not find the ace. Maybe with Ice Cream if we... I don't want to get rid of the gold on the 8, but we're probably going to be playing the 8 a lot anyway, so maybe we do this, and then with Fib, bonus cards, and Ice Cream, maybe the 2 pair wins. Maybe, yeah, okay, we didn't even need to use the Hierophant, actually. I could have kept the gold on it, but that's okay. Empress probably does not matter all that much. Let's look in these Buffoon packs to see if there's anything we care about here. Could maybe take a Square. We're playing a lot of extra hands just to cycle stuff anyway. Maybe it's a bit late for Square, so maybe we take Wrathful. Square would also probably want us ditching Ice Cream since it's a rental and we can't really afford 2 rentals. Let's take Square for the time being, but I don't think we're really going to get much value out of it. That Fibonacci card looks so pretty. Yeah, Polychrome Fib is actually comp. I love that. Popcorn's bad here, but like we'll take it anyway because it's not really, there's no reason not to. We could ride the bus. That cuts into our interest a little bit. Even if we sell popcorn and maybe we don't need it because we have Fib. Let's move on. House. Let's discard a bunch. We getting gay numbers with that poly Fib. Hell yeah. Preach. We can strength for another 8. We can play 4 cards to scale the square. Now we have 4 of a kind, and we have a gold seal. So let's play the gold seal, scale the square. Let's continue to scale the square. And just look for various value pieces in our deck that we can keep in our hand. Maybe some gold cards. Okay. The strength is not really doing anything for us, and maybe we keep the fool in case we find something cool in our next shop. We play the 4 of a kind to win here. Nice. I think we'll probably keep this square joker, honestly. It's a little late, but in theory we can catch up since we have the blue deck. We have some extra hands that we can be playing. We're starting to get to the point where maybe 4 of a kind 8s. We have 7 8s in the deck, and we're cycling hands anyway to scale the square joker. So maybe taking Mars here isn't that bad. Maybe the duo is also just free mult. It is eternal, which makes me a little worried, and it's $8, which makes me debatably even more worried, but maybe we take it anyway. Is Popcorn Joker always a temporary solution to a permanent problem? Yes. Popcorn is never good long term. Okay, now we're faced with a very interesting decision. We can immolate and we get a ton of money and we also deck fix. Or we could onk a polychrome Fib. In which case, we probably never need... In which case, if we onk the polychrome Fib and then take the duo, that's probably our mult for the rest of the game, along with like scaling 4 of a kind. The immolate is very enticing here though, because it gives us a lot of money and it also deck fixes. So Fib scores us a lot of... Fib is more of like the scoring. Like onking the Fib is more of the scoring technique, but the immolate is consistency at its finest. I think we still probably onk the Fib here, though. We have enough shmoney. The money from the immolate is a good part of the immolate, but we probably care about the deck fixing more. However, I think we can just buy the duo now, and even if we play like 3 of a kind or something, we're probably still winning. Let's buy the let's take the reroll surplus and then go next. Upgrade flush. Yeah, that's not happening. What's the fish? Okay, that's reasonable. Okay, we hit 4 of a kind. Let's make a wild card for the time being, because maybe we could still pivot into like flush 5. Probably not happening, but it's possible at the very least. How many 8s of each suit? We have 2 wild 8s, and then 2 spades, 1 heart, 1 club, 1 diamond. Okay, well, for the meantime, let's just do this. Keep the fool in hand. The perfect interest is much appreciated. Hell yeah. Okay. If we can keep finding 4 of a kind consistently, and we can keep scaling 4 of a kind for chips, this build these 3 jokers could carry us the rest of the game. The problem is going to be fixing our deck. Horrible shop. I don't even know why I rerolled there, but we could have maybe gotten a tarot card or something that we care more about. Let's do this just to get the gold seal value. Let's do this. I think 4 of a kind is going to be as much consistency as we need. Ooh, okay, maybe we can get away with flush 5ing and the Hierophant here. Let's do this. You look pretty set up, to be honest. Well, we get 1 bad... The issue where we're at right now is if we get 1 bad draw, we're just dead. Which, in all honesty, with how many 8s we have in our deck and with how many hands we have at our disposal, it's going to be pretty hard for us to get a bad draw. But, like, if we get a bad draw, we are just cooked immediately. Let's do this just to get it out of our hand because we don't need the extra money. And then let's play the 4 of a kind to win here. They're all bonus 8s, so those are the chips that we need. Our 4 of a kind is also only level 2 right now, so we could potentially still pivot into flush 5 and be completely fine. Obelisk is kind of interesting because in theory with Obelisk, our most played hand is high card. But in theory with Obelisk, I think Obelisk is bad, actually. In an ideal world, Obelisk is really good because we could play a bunch of 4 of a kinds, and then when we pivot to 5 of a kind or flush 5, then each time we play that hand, we just get a bunch of mult off of Obelisk. The issue is we're probably always cycling cards using our high cards to try and find our 4 of a kind. So high card's probably going to be our highest hand. I guess that's still fine though, right? Because then when we play 4 of a kind, the issue is this is probably resetting until our deck is fixed. But once our deck is fixed, this is probably just like perma-mult. Maybe let's take mail in. Let's look in. Obelisk is so enticing, especially since it's not eternal. Let's take Obelisk. I like Obelisk. Obelisk is silly. I think with the mail-in rebate as well, I'm pretty confident to open this Arcana pack. The Hermit is super enticing, but I think just for consistency's sake, the Hungman is far more enticing because we need to be able to find our 4 of a kinds to win. Let's go next here. The fish is pretty rough, admittedly. Let's play a hand. Let's maybe discard these. Let's maybe discard these. I'm wondering if we play the 3 here, or if we just cycle 4 cards so we know exactly where our 8s are. I think I'm going to end up doing the latter. Because, see, this might be an 8 now. That's... Well, we can see it if we buff it, right? Maybe we just do this for the time being. Okay, see, this is guaranteed an 8. I'm going to do this. Okay, that's also an 8. So we can play this. And then this is guaranteed 4 of a kind 8s. And then if we play either one of these, it's 5 of a kind, 8s, potentially. I kind of would rather... I mean, we already have a ton of clubs 8s. I kind of would rather just play the 4 of a kind here, because we definitely still win if we play the 4 of a kind. So I'd say let's just play the 4 of a kind here, so that we don't potentially unlock 5 of a kind, just so that flush 5 is more accessible down the line. Okay. How do you know those are guaranteed 8s? Based on how they were organized in my hand. Well, I guess it could have also been a 9, but we also checked with the Hierophant and they were 8s. The Empress is like definitely not something that we need. We probably don't need to open a Celestial pack. Upgrading High Card in both of our orbital tags. That's crazy. Maybe we don't want the Magician. Probably just want deck fixing. That's kind of rough. Let's do one more reroll since we have mail-in. Okay, unfortunate. Couldn't have been a 9 because it was a diamond 9. Yeah, but it could have... Oh, true. Yeah, you're right, actually. Okay, we'll scale the Mars. Probably... We'll keep the Neptune to block for right now, but we're probably just going to end up selling that, John. Let's play the Gold Seal Queen to get more obelisk value, and also because money is pretty cool. We get $5 off of the mail-in. Now we're just sifting for 4 of a kind. We find it. Is there anything else in our deck that we really care about? We could find another Gold Seal, but I don't think it's worth spending hands to just try and maybe find a Gold Seal, because we probably don't find it, right? I wonder if Balatro gives you any actual card counting skills in a casino. Probably not. Maybe on like a very low level, but I have to imagine probably not. Nice. Scoring 113k is wild. We could take a Chariot. That's actually like pretty damn nice with our score. Kind of more interested in this Emperor in the case of us getting Death is phenomenal, but I was also kind of hoping for a Hungman. Let's open the Arcana pack. That's pretty bad. I think we probably just strength 6s, no? That feels really bad, though. Those need... I guess it only needs 2 strengths for it to be good. Let's strength 6s. Take the Chariot and then do 1 reroll. Pretty bad. I think we're probably just keeping this Joker lineup. I mean, Malin is perishable, so Malin's going to pass away eventually, but we probably don't care about Hones, particularly just because there's only like 1 free slot in our deck that we really care to give up. Malin's on 8s, so we're probably not getting any value out of Malin, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. We'll death you. We'll make you into a steel card, and then I'll use the rest of my discards on these. Probably pop this before anything so that we have the highest chance of hitting like a Hung Man or something. Play the high card for the Gold Seal. Just saying Eternal 8-Ball would have been so ball in this run. Yeah, but we had no way of knowing that when it showed up in the shop. Like, Eternal 8-Ball is always complete ass. Unless you already know that you're pivoting into 8s, which we did not. Unfortunately. But yeah, unironically, Malin... Or not Malin, Eternal 8-Ball would have actually gone so hard. But that's okay. Nothing in our deck that we care about as far as cycling for, so we just ship this. This guaranteed wins because of the steel card. which is exactly why you always grab it and just pray. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely the worst idea I've seen all day. So like 195,000, that's a lot of points. We're on ante 5 and we're already at the point where we could blitz through pretty much all of ante 5, all of ante 6, and most of ante 7 with scoring like that. So we pretty much just want to ensure that we can always hit our 4 of a kind, because if we can always hit our 4 of a kind, then we pretty much always score enough points. Ooh, that's actually horrible. We really want to find 7s with our strength. I'm gonna do this. What's our mail-in on? 10s. Yikes. The money's enticing, but I think we keep our steel. Just because we're not gonna get as much mult off of the what's it called? Damn it. The fib, because a lot of our 8s are going to be debuffed. 2 4 of a kinds if necessary. 2 4 of a kinds is definitely not feasible. There's like, what, 8? Yeah, there's 8 8s in our entire deck, so we would need to be able to reliably sift through our entire deck to find 2 4 of a kinds. That's just not happening. But obviously we can deck fix a little bit, and then maybe we can get more 8s to where that's feasible, or maybe we can shrink our deck down to where that's more feasible. Probably going to be the former, just because our deck is massive because of the early, what's it called? The early certificate that we took, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Let's just discard these. I think the strength is valuable enough where I want it in hand. What 7s could I strength here? Our 2 7s of hearts are fair game. The other 7 we've apparently played. Bro said, did he say massive? Okay, we get some money off of mail-in. Not seeing our 7s. See, this is worrying. Obelisk resets as well. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I didn't play high card. My bad. Now I'm playing high card, so it's going to reset. Maybe since we already have 1 8 that isn't debuffed, we don't need the steel card, since we could find another 8 that isn't debuffed, or either of the 7s. I'm going to keep it for the time being, just because we have 4 hands. But maybe we want to cycle it. Okay, there's our 4 of a kind. I'm going to cycle a few more cards to see if we can find... There we go. That's pretty nice. Well, on that note, we can cycle a debuffed 8 and be perfectly fine. Hopefully we find another 7 here. We don't. That's okay. I guess let's just hit him with this. And then put the Hierophant on our 2 non-debuffed 8s, and then ship the 4 of a kind. We only have 2 fib triggers, but we have 2 fibs, so that's good. We still get our duo, and we still get a little bit off of the obelisk. We have 2 Hierophants that trigger, and our 4 of a kind is base 120 chips, and we get a steel card trigger. I think this definitely still wins, but there is a small chance that it doesn't. Okay, we're chilling. The fact that you kept the Hierophant when you had 3 purple seals in your hand physically hurt me. We wanted the Hierophant still in our hand, dude. Because chips are what... Every single joker in our hand is mult-based. Chips are what we want the most of right now. I think I'm fine opening the Spectral Pack. Since we have a mail-in, maybe I open another one since we have mail-in. And it doesn't really affect our interest any differently. The water is terrible. Ooh, the water is bad. Ooh, the water is bad. That's a problem, chat. The star is terrible. I guess we can keep it for right now, but that, yeah, that is a big yikes. Discarding 5s. I think I'm going to do this. Just to get some econ, but also to maybe get a mail-in trigger or two. Smooth save with the tarot cards. I gotta have a backup plan more often. Yeah, tarot cards. Being able to keep tarot cards up here will save so many of your runs that you would otherwise lose if you are thinking like retroactively. If you're thinking, is retroactively the right word there? If you're thinking towards the future, I don't think retroactively is the right word there. This mail-in rebate was actually like really bad for us. We need to pocket a death for the water. That's actually a great strat that I did not think of, admittedly. Pocket death would be absolutely gigantic for the water. Proactively, thank you. Okay, we sell mail-in. Mail-in was so bad for us. That's actually like tragic. I'm actually kind of mad at how bad mail-in was for us. Superposition is so bad here. I'm so tempted to take it for the sticker, though. Proactively, yeah, Zelina said it in chat as well. Thank you for the corrections. I appreciate y'all. Retroactive means it affects things in the past. That's what I was thinking, but I guess I was just thinking of the active part, and I was like, maybe I'm correct, Mundo. I don't think superposition is a good play here. I mean, it's very obviously not a good play here, but like I don't think we're strong enough to where we can take it just yet. Take the Sixth Sense. We should get a cryptid statistically. We're definitely not getting a cryptid. Wait, was the Sixth Sense temporary? If the Sixth Sense wasn't eternal, then maybe I should have taken it. No, it's probably never good. Cryptid and Immolate are probably like the only two things that we care about. Which, like, either of those would be fantastic, but outside of that, we probably don't really care. I mean, I'll always take a Hermit. Not really what I need right now, but, like, I'll take it. I'll take it. Could we maybe get away with playing a flush here to scale Obelisk? Because maybe scaling Obelisk is the other way of not dying on the water. I feel like Obelisk scaling is probably not as good of a play as I just had a complete and utter brain fart. That was crazy. Obelisk scaling probably is less reliable than just keeping tarot cards. Also, for the sake of the water and because it scales Obelisk, I'm gonna play this. Okay, I really want to play this 3 of a kind here to see if it wins, because I'm pretty sure at level 3 with the jokers that we have, and especially with Obelisk being scaled, I feel like this 3 of a kind definitely wins. The problem is if it doesn't win here, I look like a huge idiot because I probably lose if it doesn't win. But we were getting buku bucks in terms of points when we were playing 4 of a kind, and like 4 of a kind is obviously better than 3 of a kind, but it's not that far behind. And 4 of a kind usually is only at 1.2 for Obelisk scaling. I'm gonna play the 3 of a kind. Obelisk seems like one of the riskiest jokers to take. Should I be less scared of that joker? I think you should be less scared of Obelisk in general, but you should still be... You should be less scared of Obelisk than most people are, but you should still be scared of it. Because Obelisk is very... It's a very high risk, high reward pick. It's not really risky. It's just like difficult to build around. If you can build around Obelisk, Obelisk is probably the strongest times mult scaler in the game, especially on blue deck, which we're playing right now. But if you can't build around Obelisk, then it just kind of sits there and does nothing. And maybe even retroactively hurts you if you accidentally reset it, and then all that times mult is gone. I think I said retroactively again, I meant proactively. I'm playing the 3 of a kind, fight me. Well, that's something that happened. Hang on. I think you actually used retroactively correctly. I don't know. We have the moon, we're fine. I mean, probably, but still. Probably just play flush here now. Feels bad burning a moon here, but if we do this, we get fib triggers and duo trigger and obelisk trigger. I'm getting taken by... All right, sounds good, man. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. Yeah, okay, we're still chilling. Eating the moon there sucks, but it is what it is. Wheel is always worth a spin. Holy shit, that's so good for us, genuinely. Let's reroll down for maybe something that can counterplay the water that we're staring down. The magician is bad, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Oops is really bad. Hologram is just more times mult, but it's also just deck crowding, which is maybe not good at all. So I don't think we take that. Let's take the Mars over the 3 of a kind. That was actually probably a risky play, knowing what boss we're facing, but it is what it is. We're fine. Let's continue to scale Obelisk. Just because Polychrome Obelisk, if we find 3 of a kind 8s, is probably like the greatest thing of all time for us. Let's play a straight here because it scales Obelisk and also allows us to play our lucky cards and also gets us a gold seal trigger. Yeah, I think Polychrome Obelisk at times 2.4 is just like kind of insane. If we get like even a couple of fib triggers, scale Obelisk even more. And we have the 4 of a kind. So now we just want to, if we can help it, just dodge playing high card. Because Obelisk being Polychrome and scaled to this extent is like insane. That's a lot of rainbow, more like Bilatro. Bilatro, I got there eventually. Smash like for dyslexia. Welcome in, TP. Rainbow's so pretty. This is a very Polychrome run, isn't it? Ship the 4 of a kind. This absolutely wins. Okay. So we are now at the point where as long as Obelisk doesn't reset, 4 of a kind can win on a final boss. Barring Verdant Leaf. Let's take another Mars. What's up, Schmeckles? Let's maybe buy this before we buy Overstock, just to see another item in the shop, even though we probably don't care about this. This blueprint is kind of insane. Game is too excited for Pride Month next week. Kinda true, kinda true. 8 Ball is also kind of phenomenal, but we probably don't want to rotate out of blueprint for it. Maybe we do, honestly. No, we have 5 hands, 2 discards. We're completely fine. Is strength even worth? We have 2 7s in the deck. We'll take a strength. That extra item worked out. That's what I'm saying. I mean, to be fair, we would have seen it anyway, but like we got to see it faster, which is really funny. We do not want to reroll again because Rental Seal from Blueprint would bring us below income threshold. Let's just spit our Chariot out on just a random deck. Or a random card, rather, so that we can get purple seal value here. That star is terrible. Let's absolutely go. Looking for 7s to strength. There's one. Let's maybe do this so that we can keep scaling the obelisk. Let's do this. Actually, I want to keep the steel in hand, so let's maybe do this and just play a pair. That blue joker is looking a little unrainbowed, if you're asking me. True. Let's continue to play pairs since we found the 4 of a kind here because we're holding strength. Hopefully we can find another 7. If we don't, that's fine. We actually might win here unintentionally because we're playing pair of aces into fib with like a shitload of obelisk mult. Are we that scared of winning here? Like, is popping the strength here worth if we win? Like, in case we win? I think we're fine, honestly. We only need 1 4 of a kind to win, and like 9 8s out of 54 cards is not that good of odds, but like it's good enough to where we can pull 1 4 of a kind for sure. So I think we're chilling. For the YouTube video, just put the poly obelisk in the middle with 2 poly fibs and just title it gay. Maybe this should be like a Pride Month special. This could be like the June 1st video. We got to get polychrome on everything, chat. Blue Joker again? Every single game I've watched you play. Yeah, somebody corrected you, but it is Blueprint and not Blue Joker. We could Vampire, but that's almost certainly not worth it. Second oops that I've gotten in a run that doesn't care about oopses. Smash like. We could Cloud9 pivot. Okay. Let's maybe discard for only 1 purple seal and just see what we get. Let's do this. And then let's do this. I'm actually going to do this to scale obelisk. We literally don't even need the 4 of a kind. We can just play a fib pair and blaze through it. Yeah, but like the 4 of a kind is funny though. But yeah, you are correct, Amundo. We like absolutely don't need it at this point. Let's just continue to scale obelisk because it's hilarious. How many pairs have I played? I can play 7 more pairs. That should be completely fine. Actually, I don't want to fly too close to the sun just in case we get like vesseled or something. Just gonna play this. Fight me. How many 4 of a kinds have we played as well? We played 9 4 of a kinds. I told you there was an oops in the shop. You should have taken the 8-ball in the beginning. That was actually, for the record, that was actually the second oops that we saw in this seed. But again, we're never taking that 8-ball in the beginning because I'm pretty sure the 8-ball was before we found fib. And even if it wasn't before we found fib, we had no idea that we would be playing 8s into fib. So we still never take the 8-ball. But retrospectively, like hindsight is 2020 type shit, yeah, we definitely should have taken the 8-ball because that would have helped so much with deck fixing, but that's okay. Can reroll once here. Yay, absolute garbage. Shouldn't have rerolled actually because of the tooth, but that's okay. We do find a 7. Hopefully we find our other 7. Let's absolutely go, because now I can make that into an 8, and I can finally pop this Emperor, only for it to give me... Wanted to wait until it was done. Absolute ass. I'm going to scale Venus just because I'm shit scared of losing, but, like, we shouldn't lose, so I think we're going to be fine. Let's make you into a wild card, even though that absolutely does not matter whatsoever. And then let's play the 4 of a kind for the W. Yeah, it turns out Blueprint Obelisk is, like, pretty damn good. Being a new Balatro player today feels like I'm playing a mainline Call of Duty 2 years late. I think I'm late to the party. I mean, to be fair, it's only, like, what, a year old? Like, that's not that bad. And also, like, you're not the only noob. Like, you're the only noob in chat right now, but, like, I get noobs in my chat all the time. all the time. I will get people being like, yo, I'm new to this game. What's good? Or people who are just like, who just join and are like, hey, should I buy this game? Is it worth it? And then I go, no, you'll get hopelessly addicted. No, I actually say yes. Because I'm part of the problem, but I digress. In theory, we could just skip everything here to not fuck up our obelisk, but that's not as funny as playing these blinds would be. And also Cerulean Bell, we might want to be holding some tarot cards anyway, because that could get a bit sloppy. So I think we just play this blind anyway, and hopefully our shop is like kind of nice to us. Yeah, see, like tower's absolute bullshit. Don't give that to me ever again. Strength would be kind of comp, but like we don't need it at all. Only played 5 3 of kinds, and we have lucky cards. Can't wait until I'm no longer the new kid in the office and I can tell my newest coworker what's what. I mean, stick around for literally probably like a week at max, and there will be somebody in chat who's like never touched this game before and is like, what is happening? We could unlock 5 of a kind, but that's like an incredibly not good play. Just got back, made some nugs after a dragon killed all my dwarves in Dwarf Fortress. I've heard of that game so many times. Maybe it's just like popped up on my Steam or something, but I've never actually played it. Is it good? We're doing really well. Fellow noob here, man. The game's so fun, but damn, such a learning curve. The learning curve never goes away, which is part of what keeps me glued to the game, but it's also, I would have to imagine, very frustrating for people who aren't like me and who don't play this game as a job, right? 8-ball is the easiest joker to balance. 1 and 2 chance feels amazing, but only absurd with basing your entire deck around it with Hanging Chad. I mean, like 1 and 2 chance is also kind of awkward because Oops exists, but I think 1 and 2 is definitely way better. From a flavor stand, yeah, you literally just typed in chat what I was about to say. From a flavor standpoint, it makes more sense because a Magic 8-ball either tells you some form of yes or some form of no. But also just 1 and 4 feels so bad. I don't know. Ever play anything like RimWorld? It's a colony sim. If you're into management games / creating your own stories, it's hella fun. I personally love it, even if all my dwarves drowned in boiling silver. I've never played, like, I haven't played a ton of management games, but like the ones that I've played have been all right. I played a little bit of Civ 6, and like I wasn't enthralled with it, but it was pretty cool. Just won my first black deck. My first black deck on White Stake. W. That's a great... what's it called? That is an absolutely great deck to get out of the way, to get a win on. That's huge. 10. So we can play this. Lucky card proc? Damn. Shouldn't it be 1 and 3? Because it can also say try again. I was also contemplating it being 1 and 3, I'm not gonna lie. I think it would still be really really bad if it was 1 and 3, which kind of makes me want to say no, it shouldn't be a 1 and 3. But on the other hand, having a like 8-ball with Oops, it's a somewhat difficult combo to assemble, but it's also just like a vastly better Vagabond, right? And Vagabond is already, I would say, really powerful. I think Vagabond is so slept on. 3 of a kind, I was gonna say might win, but then I remembered that Fib doesn't trigger, but we have a steel card in our hand, so I guess it does win. Yeehaw! Yay, Chad! We don't need you, but you are kind of funny. Thank you for making a cameo, Chad. You started on Civ 6. I'm so sorry for you. Civ 5 is the only acceptable starting point. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I never got like super into it, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I feel like it's bad because 8s are ass though, not even because of the 1 and 4. No, it's definitely not bad because 8s are ass. 8s being ass makes it feel a lot worse, but that's definitely not the reason for it being bad. The reason it's bad is because you can play 4 of a kind 8s and still not get a single tarot card. That feels terrible, especially on an unfixed deck. Like, that is horrible. Ankh here is selling, so we'll just go Trance. Even though Trance is, like, also not that good. Yay! Hungman! As we are about to finish the game, we finally get our deck back to the size that it once was. Huge. Play the 2 pair. Oh! Money trigger. Can this go endless? Probably doesn't go far, but like it could still go somewhere. I'm eager to check it out. Well, that was I mean, we didn't even need to hold a chariot or anything. That we just shit on this boss. That's crazy. W game 6.5 mil. We can probably make it to ante 11 if we play our cards right. Invis. Maybe we sell a fib for an Invis. Nah. We probably want the plus mult from fib. Invis would be really cool though. If Duo was not eternal, then obviously we would sell Duo for Invis and just whatever we get is profit, but I don't know. Vagabond allows more freedom without needing to change your deck for all 8s, and it's significantly better if you get Burglar. First off, the Burglar combo requires a rare and an uncommon. That's Baron Mime level, so I don't think that's really justification for it being broken. But furthermore, Vagabond needs... What's it called? Vagabond needs you to have less than $4. Which, like, it's freedom with deck building, but it is very oppressive if you don't know what you're doing with it. Which I feel like would, to some extent, be the same thing for potential, like, 8 builds with 8-ball. I feel like 1 and 2 8-ball could still be fine. As opposed to an uncommon and common Joker. I mean, that's a better combo to assemble. I guess that makes it... Okay, I guess I see what you're saying. I don't know. I still think 1 and 2 would be fine. I don't know. Like, 1 and 2 seems too good, but 1 and 3, which makes it not broken with oops, still seems pretty bad. But also, you only have 2 consumable slots, so I feel like 1 and 3 is still not even that bad. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not Thunk. I don't know how to balance things. My brain isn't that large. Have we scaled the 5 of a kind or not? Okay, we've scaled 4 of a kind to level 6, but we could probably do flush 5 here and not be that sad about it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8s of clubs. Polychrome. Damn. I'm going to be really sad if the Eternal Duo doesn't get hit with Polychrome. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Temperance is absolutely massive money. Another Temperance. Magician, we probably don't care about, honestly. Okay, so give it to me again. Huge. Pause. Okay, chat, hear me out. Chat, hear me out. The window, we don't care. We already came across the Club, right? Or am I thinking of another run that we did tonight? Maybe I'm thinking of a different run. I'm gonna do this. Oh shit, I just reset the obelisk. God damn it, I wasn't paying attention. I was literally just reading what Schmeckles said in chat. And I was like trying to come up with some sort of response to it, and I played high card. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, we probably pass away now. Smash like for streamer being an idiot. Bro said that was homophobic. I'm sorry. My bad. We have 2 steel cards. We're fine. Resetting the obelisk is what keeps me up at night. No, we're still fine. We're still fine. See? See? And we get Eris. We're fine. We're pivoting to flush 5. It's okay. We're just going to play a shit ton of pairs. All his fault. Yeah, everybody blame Schmeckles. Get that guy out of here. Just kidding. Chat, I just remembered that I still have to make a YouTube video after this before I go to bed, and then I have to get up at like 10 a.m. tomorrow. It's currently 1:30 in the morning. Anyway. Pivoting to flush 5. It's unironically a good idea. It gives us more room to not further fuck up our obelisk. Let's maybe do that. I don't know. Yo, I'm not homophobic, gang. I don't know, man. You messed up the polychrome obelisk. Okay, we can get this scaled again, trust. Play a 3 of a kind here. I was just autism yapping for 8-ball. Yeah, 8-ball definitely needs a buff. Dagger needs it more, though, I'll say it. We haven't played flush at all, so I'm going to sack an 8 here just to get obelisk back to cooking. Nice. I'm going to move you over now that that's at ×2. Let's discard for a purple seal. Strength is absolute bookie cheeks. Dagger's great if you got Econ, though. I'm a Dagger believer more so than 8-ball. I strongly disagree, because Dagger makes you play down a Joker slot at all times, which is the majority of the reason why I think it's really bad. I think the ultimate buff that Dagger could receive is it working like madness, where even if it like doesn't destroy something on an eternal tag or something, it still triggers. Your idea with Dagger scaling with Eternal Jokers, Loki sounds really balanced. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't think that... Okay, it could be too broken if you get, like, Egg or something, but that's also a pretty specific combo, right? So, like, I don't think it would be that broken. And honestly, Dagger needs to be broken, man. Dagger sucks. Dagger is awful. If that would make Dagger broken, make Dagger broken. You know what I'm saying? Buddy needs a handout. I'm sorry. I'm a D1 Dagger hater, but like, bro needs something. Goat Belisk? Hell yeah. Welcome in, Allin. So let's do this, and then let's do this, and then let's play the pair. Chat, see, we're already at ×2.4 on the obelisk, even after I accidentally reset it like a huge idiot. It's already working out in our favor. We discard this. We discard this because I don't want 5 of a kind. I want flush 5. We can play the pair to scale obelisk. We're cooking. Yes, and we get the blue seal. Yes, good. Compromise with no sense of game balancing. Make it rare, but change it to times 0.01 gained per cell value. I still think that's... Even if you kept it as uncommon, but you did that, I still think that's really bad. Even if it was 0.1 and not 0.01, I still think that's awful. It wouldn't be as bad if it was times mult. If it was uncommon and it was times 0.1 per cell value, I could see it being playable, but in its current state, it's just so bad. Yeah, times 0.01 is too weak. I think you could get away with times 0.1. Even then, though, it makes you play down a Joker slot, but that's also relatively fast scaling. Like, if you compare that to even something like Hologram, but like also Constellation or something, I feel like that's still balanced because it forces you to play down a Joker slot still. But it's also like pretty great times mult scaling, so I feel like that would be super balanced, even at uncommon. Dagger has no business being uncommon for what it does, by the way. As a plus mult scaler that forces you to play down a Joker slot, Dagger has no business being uncommon. I would be less mad about Dagger being as bad as it is if it was a common Joker. If it was a common Joker, I'm not gonna lie, I still would never use it because I think it's bad. But if it was common, I'd let that shit slide. I'm gonna keep it a stack. But Dagger being uncommon, that is an unforgivable sin in my eyes. That is crazy. Be trying to tell me that Dagger is on the same level as Madness and Mime and Fib even? I don't think so. Take another death. Take a fool. That works for me. Smash like. We could take a pair here. How many pairs can I play before screwing up Obelisk? 4 more pairs. That's a little bit scary, but that's fine. Okay, we have flush 5. We also have another pair and some gold. I think I might death this blue seal, honestly, just to get more scaling. We could death a blue seal and then death an 8 later, I guess. Well, we only have the fool for right now, or we have to lose out on blue seal value, so I think it's fine at this point to just eat the gold card for more consistent flush 5. Ship it. I think somewhere in between, otherwise you could crack an egg and it's instantly in a times 3. That's much less effort than you'd use for something like a driver's license, which gives the same times mult. I mean, yeah, but if your egg is at a point where it's like $30 sell value, you've been keeping that egg for what? 10 rounds? I feel like that's still very balanced. It's like really good in that instance, sure. But you're not always going to have an egg to crack when you find a dagger, right? I still feel like in that scenario, it's completely fine. Just lost my best run, round 37, forced to play 5 cards when I had been buffing my single card hand. Damn, tragic. RIP to the Psychic, man. Psychic is rough. Let's take the Emperor just for deck fixing, and we get scammed. Let's go. Should have taken Temperance, punished. Empress is bad. Priestess could be good, but it's bad. Sun is terrible. Death is cool. Hi, Baron. Nice cameo there. All right, we got another Death Fool. That's pretty sweet. We discard down. We could copy another blue seal and then copy another 8. I rather like this plan. Bang. Obelisk my goat. Can we make it past the next ante? If I scale Obelisk on this boss fight, maybe. I'm gonna assume probably not, but like, it's not impossible, right? Okay, Death Temperance, that's huge going into these Arcana packs. Death into, I guess, Moon. Maybe since this is a wild card, maybe Chariot is better. In fact, it probably definitely is. Probably, definitely. Smash like. Let's do this. Hierophant we don't need. Hermie Fool Hermie is pretty cool. Another bean. Star is bad. Fool for Emperor, but if we find like another Hermie in the shop, oh, okay, interesting. Scratch that. Damn! We gotta get all polychrome jokers before we die. Come on now. Come on now. Okay, let's play a pair here instead of the blue seal. Or instead of the purple seal. Let's also do this. Ah, shit. Kind of forgot about the boss, even though I literally, like, made a mental note of it immediately before coming in. Alright, well, on that note, let's just do this. Iris, W? Eris? Iris? Aris? I don't know. One of those. Almost just played 5 of a kind instead of flush 5. That would have been so embarrassing. You gotta be shitting me. It's all, dude, it's all, the hook snipes my blue seals every time. It's actually crazy. Anyway. It's only uncommon because of the mechanic, not necessarily because it's good. Even so, dude. Dagger isn't as bad as streamer preaches. Wrong. But I think I only say that because I have Stencil as like my 5th most played Joker. Classic Hook. Unironically, dude. Hook always be stealing my shit. Actually starting to get on my nerves. If the rarity of Jokers were based on how good they were rather than specific mechanics, you would have Hanging Chad as a rare and Blueprint as a legendary. I disagree. Yorick is a very baseline Joker, and it's legendary. Furthermore, the Duo is rare. The Duo is like the most intuitive Joker of all time. It's just times mult, but like this is effectively Photograph to some extent. Not really, but like you catch my drift. Flashcard still worse than Dagger? Flashcard can at least be usable though in the right circumstance. I think Dagger is literally unplayable. Unless it's negative. The only time that Dagger is playable is if it's negative. Flashcard can at least be very playable if you have good econ and a reroll voucher. It's asking for a lot, but like in that circumstance, it's incredible. Wheel Polychrome. Oh! Let's go. That's actually so comp. Oh my god. Wait, we need Polychrome on all of our Jokers. Please. That would be so huge. I'm currently on a Dagger and Flashcard Gold Stake run. Excuse me, and I'm surviving, not thriving on Anti-5. Stay tuned. God, that sounds like purgatory. I would crash out if that was my run, man. Unfortunate that you gotta deal with that. It's death in 8. Let's get purple seal value. Wheel of Fortune was huge. Absolutely. For the record, I don't think it really does all that much for our scoring, but Wheel of Fortune, we can play one last pair here. That's fine by me. Wheel of Fortune hitting a Polychrome on our Eternal Joker is awesome, because now I could maybe clickbait having a full lineup of Polychrome. Empress is bad. I guess I could have used it because we have 2 unenhanced 8s here, but I digress. Nice. Turns out 3 steel cards are incredible. And Eternal Flower Pot, we straight jacking it with 5 of a kind. That is crazy. Dagger, Flashcard, and Pot pick a struggle. Oh my god, no, real. I even like Flower Pot. Not because it's good, but just because it's kind of funny. But like, that sounds like purgatory. God damn it. Do I have to sell the Blueprint now? I'm not selling the Blueprint. Fight me. That's actually so tragic that it hit foil on the blueprint, though. That's crazy the amount of times we got wheel to actually pop, though. Can we talk about that? Like, I was about to be sad that our blueprint wasn't polychrome, but like, damn. Every one of these was from a wheel. Except for this was from an Ankh, but like, that's also kind of from a wheel. We can play the 2-pair to scale Obelisk. So I'm definitely doing that. Nice. Okay, we have 5 of kind in hand. We can't play pair anymore, ever. Play 3 of a kind here and honestly probably be fine. I think I'm going to discard for the purple seal before I do anything like that. Okay, now we could definitely play 3 of a kind and be fine. Be fined? Be fine. God. That's actually optimal anyway to get another blue seal. Okay, now we play 5, flush 5. Ship it. You know what I meant, though, when you think of rare jokers, you think of something like Obelisk, Baron, Vagabond, mainly jokers that have absurd potential but don't do anything if you can't use them properly. Although you do have a point with Yorick, complete whack. I mean, I don't think it's based completely around mechanics, I'm not gonna lie. That's most jokers for me. I mean, yeah, that's most jokers for like anybody starting off, to be fair. We'll take 3 of a kind, I guess. Buffoon pack. Could maybe get a brainstorm or something on the buffoon pack. And try and get polychrome on it. Oh no! I didn't see this, actually. I wasn't paying attention at all. Does this matter, actually? This might not even matter. I think it does. But it might not. And if it doesn't, that is really funny to me. I might as well discard you. Since you're debuffed. Oh, I can't use the wheel. Sag. Play a straight. Matters for the steel. Oh, you're actually so right. Yeah, I can't play that. Do we have any other steel? I mean, we have 2 steel cards that aren't clubs. Kind of blows. It's significantly easier to use a Wily Joker compared to something like an Obelisk. I mean, you're not wrong there. Yeah, we actually probably pass away since we don't have that much steel, honestly. Unless I miraculously find my steel. Like, what is happening? Damn. How many more 8s do we have? We have a lot more 8s that we could play. Maybe I play like Full House or something here just to scale Obelisk a bit more. That seems really risky, but like, it's certainly an option. I guess if we have that many 8s, the odds of us finding another flush 5 are like not that bad though. And like Hit the Road is rare when it has no business existing in the first place. Yo, true! I've accidentally reset the bus more than Obelisk. Oh, I have 100% reset Obelisk more than bus. I damn near never reset bus. Obelisk I'll reset like an idiot, like literally every run that I pick it up. Okay. Now we play 2-pair. Miss out on 1 steel card, but that's fine. As long as we find more 8s, particularly 8s of clubs. Pretty please. Thank ya. If If I find it, then Hit the Road works so well for me. Oh, true, because you had an erratic deck run. Wait, that's actually comp if you find Hit the Road. That's, like, really good. This is 5 of a kind? Oh, because it's debuffed. The wild card. Well, shit. Well, now I gotta play 3 of a kind. Damn! It's fine. Unless I don't find one of my 8s. Well, shite. Actually, we have 2 steel cards. I only need 250k. We have an obelisk on ×6. I think I'm literally just going to play the full house here. Ship it. That's not a flush 5, 07? No, we're chilling, bro. What do you mean 07? I was just about to say now we need glass in order to live. We also get hieroglyph, which I'm immediately comping because... Copping, because that makes this run go further, which is hilarious. Dagger, pot, flashcard, and Hit the Road. Yo, that would be the best... Like, that would be a cursed win, like you say. But that would also be the best run for gold stickering of all time. Like, am I wrong there? That would be the gold sticker run to end all gold sticker runs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yoink. Oh, my glass! Damn! The reason you should be resetting Bus more than Obelisk, cough streamer, is because when you get Obelisk, since it's a rare with absurd potential, you scramble to make sure it's utilized properly. Eh? Sure. Actually, let me cook. Let me cook. Bang. Hey, dagger. Hey, stencil. Huge. No Eris. Big sad. Jokajola. Not selling blueprint. Hungman. Chariot's pretty nice. Probably just go next. RIP died to the Flint. No, dude. It's always the Flint. That sucks. GG's, though. We can get rid of these. How many times have we played Flush 5? Okay. Turns out steel cards are really good. Another Justice is fantastic. Temperance is pretty cool. Yeah, I think Fool Justice here is, like, phenomenal. Nine more until the Day of Reckoning. Realistically, would die to scaling before resetting Obelisk. Oh, absolutely. June isn't even here and already got the LGBT Joker build. Somebody in YouTube chat already said that as well. Chat, should I make this my Pride Month video? Be honest. Hermie. I'm not even messing around. I'll just play this. Probably keep one glass card. Nice. Obelisk, my arch nemesis? Yeah, your arch nemesis is carrying right now. Your arch nemesis is my goat, brother. Oh no, the arm. Brainstorm. I'm still holding out for a brainstorm, man. If we get a brainstorm, we could potentially wheel it to be polychrome, and that would make me so incredibly happy. You guys have no idea. Glass Joker is also admittedly somewhat hilarious, but it's also like terrible. So we're definitely not taking it. Bang. Wait, that's actually huge. That's hilarious. I flip off my screen whenever I see it. You gotta take it more, bro. Odds of 5 polychrome jokers. I don't know about from the shop, but from Wheel. Wheel has a 12.5% chance for it to be polychrome, and that's on the chance of you hitting the 1 in 4. 12.5 is a 1 in 8. So a polychrome from a Wheel is 1 in 32. Across 5 jokers would be what? 1 in 160, right? Yeah, 1 in 160. All right, let's play this. Let's actually discard just in case we get another blue seal. Huge. And then let's play this, not because we need to, but because it's really funny. It's a 50-50. Either it happens or it doesn't. I hate that so much. Shattered! Let's go! I didn't even know I needed that achievement. I feel like I've gotten that before and probably just had mods turned on, but that's okay. Another Justice. Arcana pack. Hermie. Probably don't need the Celestial. Fool is fine here. Still holding out for a brainstorm that I can polychrome. Come on. Come on. You know you want it to happen. Shouldn't it be 1 in 32 to the 5th? Wouldn't that be the chance of getting it in from 5 wheels? I guess my scenario is that would be getting it in 5 wheels in a row, like hitting the 1 in 32 5 times out of 5. I don't know. I don't like probability math. Yeah, I didn't take stats in high school. I don't care. You gave such a straightforward answer to that question I didn't expect you had. LOL. Listen, if I can help out chat, even with a goofy question, I'm going to. Come on now. Let's make another glass card. Let's make a fool, or let's make a justice. Let's make another glass card. Let's discard our non-glass, non-steel. Let's run it back. Let's play the flush 5 with 4 steel cards and 2 blue seals. If I make it past ante 12 with this, I will be beside myself. Okay, 1 glass break. The character limit in YouTube chat is railing me tonight, dog. I'm sorry. Hermie action. Let's take the Celestial pack. Dog shit. Let's absolutely go. How is Obelisk carrying? It can't be good. It's times 7.2, man. I mean, it's not carrying anymore, but like, it was For the record, we lose if I do this. They locked me in a room for days, and surprise, surprise, I have a lot to yap about. Fair enough, brother. 5 polychrome. Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's go. We did it, chat. The 5 polychrome dream. Let's do this. Oh my god, a wheel. We might actually win here if we still have 4 glass cards. 4 glass cards kind of crazy now. Our deck is 17 cards. We have 2 more glass 8s that we could find. But if I play a pair, it resets Obelisk, so we probably just want to go this. Let's grow. Ayo, we get a little gain, you start growing. All right. Let's not, chat. Let's not. Jimbo's got to be over here so we can get the most out of that +4 molt. Almost played Jimbo in the wrong spot. The comments would have hung me from a tree. No, I thought that would win, man. It didn't even get close. That's so sad. Turns out Blueprint was actually doing a lot of work. @Lead Moron sold me fentanyl behind the McDonald's dumpster. I believe it, too. Chat, this is still winnable, right? For the record, we could have gotten past this ante, but then I wouldn't have been able to clickbait the all polychrome lineup. So, like, who really wins? Yo, that was a W-ass run. That was so good. I'm glad we ran it back on blue deck. That was such a fun gold stake run. Holy hell.